Hey everyone, Andy here at Maltech again, and today we're going to talk about a subject that I get calls, emails, texts on about every single day. And that subject is, should I take my factory revalve or factory shocks and have them revalved and resprung versus buying a new set of shocks? So we get this quite often. Just to let you know, we do the both of them, but we're going to show you why there's pros and cons to each setup, and hopefully minimize some of the phone calls that we get on a daily basis. One of the first things we like to talk about is price, and really I see that as a pro for the GT suspension on the new shocks. And we're going to write that here, GT suspension. And you can find more info at maltechatv.com on the GT suspension shocks. I'm going to show you some of those here in a little bit, and I'm going to show you why they benefit and why we outweigh that over having your stock revalves done. Another pro, it's just initial cost, and the way we get this cost is a new set of essentials is $4.95, whereas the price, I really put it as a con over here in the stock revalves, because we charge $450 to do this. But let's say you sell your stock ones, and you can take, if you already have a set of stocks, and you can subtract that, let's say they're usually $200, I mean, you've only got $295 in a brand new set of front shocks then in the Essential series. And this is the Essential series here. They're preload adjustable, but they come the right lengths and everything, and we'll explain that here too. Another reason is, we're going to put initial price, and then we're going to put resale. So, you know, let's say you spend $450 on your stock front revalves, you're probably only going to get $300 out of those, whereas you're going to get $300, $350 out of a used set of the GT suspension shock. So you're fine there as far as when you go to resell that shock, and you have to look at that down the road too. Also, the GT suspension have high flow pistons in them, and what that does, here's one of our pistons here, and you can see that our ports flow a lot better. I don't have a stock one here to show you, but now we can get the revalve piston to work really good, but this just gives you a little bit more edge. And also we can upgrade the revalves with an aftermarket piston, but you're looking at $150 per shock to upgrade, whereas that's $300 more dollars, so then you've got $750. These GT suspensions already come with the high flow pistons in them, so that's included. Let's jump over to the stock revalves. Really the only pro is adjustability. Because they have compression and rebound adjustability. Our shocks are set up, the rebound is set, so you don't have to adjust it. What you're adjusting with the rebound anyhow is the springing back of the springs, and you're controlling that and any unsprung weight that's hooked to that. So if ours is already set, you shouldn't have to adjust the rebound anyhow. And compression adjusters, generally they're so stiff that they don't make any changes, and you'll see that anyone that's gone from full compression to full soft, they're going to see they probably didn't see any change, and that's why, because those adjusters don't really work. They're just a sales gimmick more than anything. Then we're going to have the correct extended and compressed heights. Because the problem with the revalves is that that body is so long, and we can't make that any longer. We can shorten it, but the other problem is we can only shorten, like the 450R stock ones, we can only remove an inch off of that. What happens, the shock actually, the piston, I'll draw a picture here, here's our piston and the nut that goes on top, it will hit up inside the shock if you cut too much off of this body. If we remove this much off the body, then this is going to hit up inside. So we can only remove an inch off the 450Rs. And that's to get the correct compressed length. And it changes the extended length too. And that's another reason, you know, to make the shock longer, you have to put a longer body, which they don't offer, or a longer shaft. Now when you go to a longer shaft, like some of these aftermarket companies do, they are a non-rebound adjustable shaft. They're a hollow shaft, or sorry, they're a solid shaft rather than a hollow shaft. They get away from that, so they go back to the style that we have and set their rebound valving. The next is, you know, these are brand new. You're not going to get some clapped out shock, you know, that you bought off eBay. You're going to get a brand new set of shocks from us. All the bushings, the bearings, the shafts, the seals, everything is brand new on our setup with the GT suspension. And then, you know, parts availability. We sell all the parts on these shocks in order to rebuild. I mean, you can get new seal heads, you can get new shafts. Let's say you need to change that shaft, we can change that shaft. You can get new bearings in the bottom end, new eyelets, anything on this we can get brand new. So that's definitely a big positive. Now let's say, oh, we can't get, oh, you don't have reservoirs or anything. That's another one. Ours, we can upgrade. Upgradable. And we can go to a setup like this. Now what we're doing, this is the old weld-on style. We're actually updating these with the new cap on the top, and then the body will screw out. And so we could change these to a compression adjustable. These are $11.95. We actually have an $8.95 setup that has the smaller reservoir that doesn't have as good of cooling on it as what these Pro models do. But really, this is an excellent shock. You can talk to anybody. They have multiple championships won by these shocks in GNCC. So they're a really, really good shock for the money. And really, there's just the one pro that we can see as far as the revalves go. And all you have to do to see the cons is crisscross these. And all this is a con, and all, if we have adjustability, that's our only con that goes over here. So I hope this video helps. We're going to direct more people to this video. We explain this all the time. I don't have any stock revalves in here right now because we just don't do that many. Most of the time we explain this, the customer gets it, and they end up ordering a new set of shocks like this. And we custom build them to their specifications. So all these shocks are made specifically for that person, their bike, their setup, what they're going to be using it for. Please like us, subscribe to us down below, and you'll get new videos each time we upload a new video. We've got some more coming out here we're going to start doing. We're going to update some videos that are older. So please subscribe and leave comments below. If you have any comments, any questions, you can text or email us. Feel free to. Thank you very much.